Is being able to squash pirates too powerful with pneumatic? I don't know. Yeah, let's not assume that you killed yourself by going into Patent Lab at 160 expensive, insane chemical labs and still somehow winning. And transparent aluminum doesn't even do anything for pneumatic. You don't use glass, you use electronics. What? Okay, well, we have a very, very bad... It's a power colony, technically. Prices start low, so that means this is going to be hard to use. We have scavengers. That's going to be, you know, a difficult game for you. Expansive looks kind of nice, because we only have power surges. And expansive, you might be able... But it's a rocky terrain. That might be hard. Let's see. We have combo tiles here. This looks like great for an elite. There is no elite there. On the map. It might be good for expansive too. The water situation is kind of ugly, so that's going to be a thing. Could also maybe. I want to see elite like right here, but that's not obviously not going to happen. Science could be a thing. I don't see where's the fancy salt flats for farms and glass. I don't see that anywhere on the map. I could just be blind though. Gameslayer is first found as science on the steel, and Death Tacticus is also the same. And, yeah, okay. So Death Tacticus got his aluminum. Gameslayer didn't. That's too bad. Gameslayer going into two steel versus Death Tacticus' 3. I think Gameslayer does sort of have the money in, you know, bonus right now, but that's going to quickly change here. Gameslayer failed to sell out of his excesses, and then Death Tacticus is going to be the first to our expand. Gameslayer seconds behind, getting this. Death Tacticus is going to steal the aluminum from Gameslayer. That's annoying. I would actually consider taking this other aluminum mine just to stop that. We're going full on uranium here. Oh, no, those are solar condensers. Okay. Solar condensers. Gameslayer is idle with his things. He could go solar condensers here too. He could, honestly, not much makes money here. Water actually looks, you know, like this only high tile on the map. I think that might be a good thing to claim, maybe. Instead, we're going to get into an glass kiln. He's science. He's right next to silicon. It makes sense. You know, if you put it there, would you get double science? Would you? I also don't know. Because that's silicon and I think that's silicon and ice. So you get your oxygen and your glass for free, and now Gameslayer is simply buying oxygen from Gameslayer. So that's kind of too bad. Surplus on the iron. This means nothing to these players. They're both scientific. Would definitely hurt if you know, someone took the expansive spot that I thought I saw. So we're going into nighttime. We're going to get lots of what? Ice brings in water. Ice does not bring in. Yep. Okay. Enough of that. So this is fine from Gameslayer. This is totally fine. He's going to use those tires for other things later. And because of the craters, yeah, he does get his lovely adjacency bonuses. Gameslayer gets a nice tile that he can probably use for a solar panel. Usually Death Tacticus buys like 1 billion silicon when that happens, but let's see, what's he going here? I'm not quite sure what this building is. Oh, he's building another aluminum mine. It does make sense. This is going to deplete here very soon, and maybe he does want a little bit more aluminum income for a little bit faster expansion. And we're buying up the uranium to hurt the nuclear plants, which are on science and therefore not actually costing anything. These nuclear plants are insane. Double science? Like, I didn't see this at all. This is absolutely wow. And they're not even defendeds. No, they're double. I can't see anything. I'm blind. Why am I even here? But Death Tacticus is going to get the expand. Nuclear plants going down here. So it's fine. We're getting our own uranium here, but we'll get a free claim. That's nice. So, electrolysis reactors on the ice. Yeah, it's going to be some good money. Slayer obviously going for the nuclear plants on the ice. He has some on ice over here. He could potentially put some things on. There is, and just verify, there are no pirates and there are no magnetic storms. I'm pretty sure. So, you know, these are perfectly safe. And such would be if Gameslayer decided to go for him. Death Tacticus is going for his teleportation, which is nice. Gonna keep his fuel money. And it's purely for debt because with his electrolysis reactors away, you know, you're not paying for, you know, you're not paying out of pocket for your fuel costs like you do if your electrolysis reactors are touching your base. So. You know, it's pretty good, but it's not the end of the universe. Gameslayer has put down a goon squad on top of the electrolysis reactors. He thinks they're big deals. Now, I'll be curious. Okay, so Death Tacticus is getting those first shipments in, and his money spikes. He could go into a pretty quick expand here if he wanted to, I'd imagine. Yeah, he has the money. It's just in the fuel right now, which is leaking. Okay, he does. Right, he sells out. He has the button. He presses it. Perpetual motion. Not really. I mean, it's nice, but it's just a bonus. Neither of the. Death Tacticus is almost out of debt, but I don't think he's gonna quite get there. I think power is gonna die before it happens, especially with this perpetual motion market. So this is just, you know, a purely, you know, late game sort of thing, and I am really technically it does save some claims, and you know, but it's paying for a $3,000 patent for $30,000. Oh, Death Tacticus is definitely not getting out of his power debt anytime soon. So, so Gameslayer, these farms maybe? I'm just guessing. We're freezing the nuclear plants, really? Okay, solar condensers. Okay, I mean, okay. Death Tacticus did get the water tile, and Gameslayer is going into a trio of farms. Okay. I don't quite. Slayer Strike is it's a little late to the party there. It kind of petered out. I wouldn't be surprised to see these, and they're still making. He did. You know, it is $50 a second that he cut, right? So it's $150 a second for the 3 tiles. So yeah, okay, it's that's pretty good. But we're kind of even here, and not. But we're even on the money. We're even on the sort of situation here. We're kind of even on the claims. Gameslayer does have the expand if he wants it. It's a little bit dangerous, you know, going from level 4 to level 5. But since Death Tacticus is going into all these patents, you know, it is definitely it's definitely going into the late game for him. So it's probably pretty reasonable here. Death Tacticus money and froze out the power again. He's really trying to make the power thing hurt, and you know what? It's kind of surprisingly working. Power has spiked despite being down to $50. It's now up to high. He's moving into some greenhouse farms. Yeah, that's legitimate. We're getting into a hacker array, and I'd hope to. Yeah, okay. There's another nuclear plant. There we go. Let's see here. Transparent aluminum from Death Tacticus.
The black market is open for business.
GameSlayer making some pretty good steel money and so from DT's Expand here, so that's always nice. And there's a transparent aluminum at level 5, and the power gets frozen again. Can you goon that? Goon that? Goon right there, and then it doesn't get frozen. What? I don't think... Okay, so DT Guide Platerdome and GameSlayer forced Death Tacticus out of every single steel mill in the game into these iron tiles. I hope he notices this and sells out of his iron shortly. Like this wasn't... Like, I'm pretty sure that wasn't a hack. But the stock fight is starting here. GameSlayer thinks he's gonna be able to go for it here. He's in a lot of debt, and Death Tacticus is seconds away from making power money, and unfortunately, it looks like he has the defense. Death Tacticus has the defense, and now he's making power money. So this quick hope, this quick hope of winning there fast ain't gonna happen. Gonna get an energy shortage at Death Tacticus. Not surprised. Another freeze on the nuclear plants. Still not defended. He's in D levels of debt. It's not. I guess it's not surprising either. And unfortunately, if he's not, it's really bad when your opponent forces you to swap buildings around. But you're really forced to swap buildings around here, GameSlayer. DT has defense. And you're in D+2, and he has patents. So yeah, this is yeah. I mean, this is really unfortunate for GameSlayer. His quick There was a timing there. There was a very small timing there where it looked like he could make this. Take the debt dive. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna go straight, I'm gonna just make, I'm gonna let him freeze out my power. I'm not gonna care, because there it gets frozen again. He has lots of debt from his auctions. I might be able to kill him before he makes the money off of this energy shortage, but that window has unfortunately closed for GameSlayer, and while he does technically have the defense, his stock price is just going to go bad places fast here. He does have a full day. Ceres is very short but the only thing, there's chemicals and there's power, and Death Tacticus is the only person making chemicals, or making power. No one's making chemicals. So, yeah. Okay, DT is going to freeze out more stuff. Let's see. Looks like a hack from DT on Carbon, which I don't think. Does he not see that GameSlayer has Carbon? Sell your Carbon. Sell your Carbon. Sell Carbon. Carbon. Sell. Sell Carbon. Yeah, you did. Okay. Stole some of DT's cash there. You just sell all of it. Yeah, we're just yeah, he's completely dead to debt here, unfortunately. That's interesting. It's 10%. I thought it was I guess the D plus numbers now actually mean something, because I'm pretty sure that was 9% a few seconds ago when it was D+4. Let's see. Death Tacticus could go for some sort of crazy. You could build off-world. you know, prices are basically dead except for power, and he's now killed that. But you know, it's over. Death Tacticus just needs to. He's almost there to the shift buy, and he just presses the button. He could just hit it. But there's nothing happening here. Going for a uranium short, despite no games. That's yeah okay. You're going for the uranium short. You're going for the sell all. Yeah. Boom. The end. Well. Yeah, I know. I feel that way too. It was so close. Like. Yeah, I sort of feel that way too. Fair enough. Well, hey, GameSlayer, if you want to practice, you know, I feel pretty bad too right now. So, it's not so much better defend your power. I mean, I could have, yeah, you could have just put down more power. That is, these are legitimately things that could have happened here. But there is, Iron Silicon was dirt cheap. Again, like, there is a really cool timing that I think GameSlayer could have exploited, knowing that Death Tacticus has gone into all of these patents, knowing that Death Tacticus has gone all in this late game, and he put all of his money on power, shortages in power, and, you know, just for a second there he was in debt. You know, if he had, you know, he had all these buildings were, you know, far away from his base, could he have, you know, sent them early and got all that money in, and then, you know, turn that money into cash and just get there maybe? It's really hard to know, because he was really darn close, and Death Tacticus, for a few seconds there, did not have the defense. I mean, he got it really fast once his power money started kicking in, but, you know, it doesn't. It'd be interesting for the theory crafts, but I'm sure GameSlayer will take a look at it at the end of the thing. But, yeah, GameSlayer is either in tons of debt or no debt. Oh, that Tacticus had nano he didn't need to defend. Oh, well, that's rude, I guess. Yeah, he could. Steel was expensive at the time, so he could have, if he absolutely had to, killed his nuclear plants and pressed the buy button if he needed to. Yeah, that was another option too. Like, you know, well, I mean, you weren't that far ahead. I mean, you're both level. Yeah, sure. That seems reasonable. He went for the early kill, and the early kill didn't quite work, and that led to a loss, which is too bad. But yeah, I'll be interesting to know what your analysis is after the end of the day. But well, those are those two games. I'm not quite sure if anyone in my group wants to play. Not quite sure if I really want to play, but we'll just see if DT has anything more to say. Is there anything in the charts and graphs to say? GameSlayer made money on steel, but that Tacticus made money on power. And it's just amazing. You know, you make money on power, and okay, some of that was hacks, right. So yeah, he actually only made like 20K. Well, I mean, he only spent. He made like okay, yeah. He made 200K. Yeah, it's a lie because he bought all that for, you know, his shortages and surpluses. But Still, he did spend a lot on chemicals that game. Tacticus definitely cycled his buildings a lot more. He had nanotech, so it's not surprising, I suppose. Full. Yeah, I used to like the optimization center. I'm not quite sure how much I like it anymore. Like, it's just... The game ends at this point. You know, you spent 80, 100, at least 100 chemicals, and then time and a tile and power. You could have just had a solar panel and probably got about the same results. Or another nuke plant, really, I suppose, since he had those free nuke plants. OP, OP, OP. GameSlayer bought the claims. That's a late game. People are telling me that you shouldn't do that anymore. 65k on power surge is on GameSlayer's power. Well, I guess it paid off. And I'm missing all of this. I'm sorry. And can I not scroll this? Hit enter, I can scroll. Okay, well played, GG. Yep. Well, there goes the easy wins. Yeah, fair enough. Bad play. Yeah, I had the game when I had the patents. Could roll another hacks. No. Yeah, that's the problem. Well, it's hard to hack steel when your opponent is science and has nanotech. And that Tacticus had thinking machines. He says. But it says there are network viruses and prices are okay. And off-road prices are okay. Not hex deal. Oh, wait, what? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. You should play me and you can actually beat me and we can figure out who's more of an idiot. Then, the nukes. I can't seem to zoom out. Oh, because I can't. There we go. Oh, I can zoom out. I hate not being able to zoom out in RTSs. I hate StarCraft because I can't zoom out. Oh, that's cute. We're just gonna stay here for a bit. Yeah, suddenly that DLC seems infinitely more worth it. But did you have water? DT definitely cycled in and out of various locations of water. Like, I'm pretty sure these are water tiles. Is it Shift Z? Can't really tell. Oh yeah, water ice. Yeah, so these were water tiles. So he moved out. There were spies, so counter hacks could have been a thing. Yeah, the Plutodome really did it, 100%. Like, when power is $200 and this is making $93, that's a real good deal. Did they? DT has, DT does have the, perpetual motion, so it's, slightly better deal than it usually is. Electronics, like... Honestly, I think glass might have been one of the best hacks. Because you had silicon touching your base. Yeah, DT's silicon situation is not really optimal. So I think, hacking glass might have been real hard for DT to mess with his only one silicon tile. I think if I'm reading the map right. The iron was... looks like GameSlayer finally found a job. Congratulations. Good job. That's good. I'm not being sarcastic. That's awesome. Yeah. Hey, well, if you want to practice, we can practice being bad together, and that'll be good.